Yeah, I think we'll start defensively. I think we've gotten better through the course of the year. Early on, I don't think our catch play was very good, but I think as the season's gone on, I think we've played better, especially defensively. The last 2 or 3 games defensively, we've played much better. Offensively, we've played great all year long. We've had multiple games where we've had multiple hits, multiple extra base hits. Um, and I think offensively we've been fine. I think defensively we've got to continue to play better and make sure we clean things up. From a pitching standpoint, I think we've walked entirely too many people. I think we got a good pitch ball game last night, but I think from a pitching standpoint, our pitchers have to pitch better. They got to get ahead in counts, and they got to cut down on their walks. Defensively, catch play needs to be better. Offensively, I'm happy with where we're at. I think the short game needs to be better. We need to bunt better, and need to be a little bit more consistent in stealing bases. But all in all, I'm pleased with where we're at as we stand right now. Well, I think they're a close group. They like to be with one another. I think, I think from an energy standpoint, we've been really good. I think there's only been a couple times where I think the bench could have been better energy-wise. Uh, but I think a lot of times it feeds off the players that aren't playing. If they're giving us energy, I think the guys that are playing have absolutely no excuse. And so from that standpoint, it's been really good with our bench players. But I think they really like one another. I think they enjoy competing with one another. And I think that they'll continue to grow and bond with one another as the season unfolds. Yeah, I think when you lose a guy like Nick Wiley and Jack Robinson and Brody Bond, and then our two second basemen from last year, Stewie and Crash, I think that those are big losses because all 5 of those guys were great leaders. But the 2 seniors that we've got right now in Peyton Stoddard and Judah Hennessy have done a really good job of leading our guys. Uh, um, uh, Hogan Denny's has done a really nice job for us because he's our longest tenured varsity player. He's also done a really, really nice job. So from that standpoint, losing guys, you do that every year, but the guys have stepped up and done a really nice job. Those 3 guys in particular have done a really nice job in leading the team, and the expectation is just more as the season progresses. Well, I think their talent level wise, they're really really good. But there's besides those 3 guys that you talk about, we've got a handful of other guys that haven't signed Division I scholarships yet. And I think our junior class is extremely heavy in talent. Um, and we've got Judah Hennessy that's going to go play college baseball. But anytime that you have Division I talent, I think it helps you. It helps you in terms of being able to be successful uh, from a win-loss standpoint. But our situation is we've got so much talent on this team. Um, it's nice to have those 3 guys that have already signed, but I think there's a lot more guys that are going to have an opportunity to play Division I baseball before it's all said and done. Yeah, I think we can win the conference championship. I think we can compete for sectional championships and beyond. But really, it's going to be determined in terms of what happens today moving forward from the standpoint of our toughness. How tough are we going to get when things are really, really, really bad for us in a particular game? Are we going to grow? Are we going to keep fighting? Are we going to keep competing? Are we going to stick to the process of what we think is important? Uh, are we going to stick to our core values of what we think success really is? And if we're able to do that and stick to the process and really gain mental and physical toughness and emotional toughness through that whole process, then I think we have a chance to be successful. But it all really is going to boil down to depend on how tough are we willing to get when things are not looking great in a particular game, or in a particular stretch of our season.